Hi, it's Marvin with Mercedes-Benz of Denver. Today we're going to go over some settings in your Mercedes-Benz user experience in the 2024 EQE350. Let's start by starting the vehicle. What a cool sound. So I would like to start by showing you some icons at the bottom of the screen or below the screen. This array of buttons here. This is your dynamic mode. You can change your different drive modes. If you click this, you can go from economy, comfort, sport, or individual. This will change a few things of your driving, such as your engine, steering, and electronic stabilization program. When you're in the individual settings, and this screen is touchscreen, when you're in the individual settings, you can actually tailor it the way that you want. So we'll push I, go to settings. Now in your individual settings, dynamic select, you can change the drive to sport if you like. You can put the steering in comfort. We can put the electronic stability program in sport as well. And so now this will be your driving profile for your individual setup. You can of course change that however you'd like. So I'll push home to go back to our main screen. The next icon that you see here turns your camera on. This particular car has a 360-degree camera. You have a few icons on the screen. This one is your front camera. You're now looking at what's in front of the vehicle and a 360 view on this side over here. Touching this icon will put the entire screen on a wide view. If you're pulling out of a space, now you're able to see traffic or people, pets, children before they actually get in front of your vehicle, making it a little bit safer for you and those around you. Let's go back to the normal view. The next one, we have our rear view. This icon would then turn that rear view on wide. That puts it back. We can choose this icon to see left rear 3/4 of the vehicle. When the icon tray goes away, if you just touch the screen, it comes back. This icon will show you the rear right 3/4 of the vehicle. Auto puts it in the automatic mode, so as you're driving, it'll change the camera views based on the situation. So it does have situational awareness. This icon here, that's GPS positioning. So you can tell the car to turn the camera on every time you get in this particular position, whether it be in front of your home as you're pulling in the driveway, it could be at work, or it could be a tricky situation in traffic as well. Now, we can also slide our finger across the screen and get literally whatever view we like. I know the Mercedes EQE looks rather small compared to the other cars, but you can actually pinch to zoom. They just have it on this small view so you can see more of what's around you. Now we're going to go back. So we're back to the home screen. The next icon or button that you see here is your EQ button. You push this. Now you're going to go to your EQ settings. There's a lot of different settings in here, so it's good to kind of play around with them. We will go over some of them today. This shows your battery charge, your current charge, and what the maximum charge amount that you want the battery to fill itself to when you plug it up. So right now we can see we are at 78%. We have 209 miles left of range based on how we were driving. I do have a little bit of a lead foot, so I apologize. But if you were charging your vehicle every night, or if you're driving in the city back and forth to work, running errands, you do not want to charge your battery at 100%. What you want to do is tell your car, I want you to charge the battery anywhere between 50 and 80%. that will prolong the battery life of your vehicle, or the battery in the vehicle. The way that you do that, where it says max 80%, we have it set right now at 80% maximum charge. If you touch and drag, you can put that as low as 50%, up to 80. Now, if you're going to take a longer road trip so that you can maximize the mileage that you're getting out of your charge, that scenario, go ahead and slide that up to 100%. That way, when you plug into a DC fast charge, you get a very quick charge, puts you at 100%, but now you are able to drive further on that charge. It'll lower the amount of times that you have to charge on your trip. Your charging program, you can change that. You can put it to standard, home, or work. I typically just leave it in standard. Eco charging, if you turn that on, it basically limits the charge at 80%. So when it's on eco, it does not let you slide it above 80%. So if you're taking that longer trip, just remember, turn it off eco, and then you can change it. Let's put it back to 80. Now, a few other icons. When you are getting ready to charge, you can open your charging flap here, which is on your right-hand side of the vehicle. It's you can open it this way, but it is a manual close, so it's going to stay grayed out until I go out and close it. Charging pause, so you can charge, or you can pause the charging if you'd like. This is very nice here, this high voltage battery pre-temp control. I will leave it in automatic. That way the car will heat and cool the battery as it's required, so that you don't run into freezing issues in the winter time, and the battery is not overheated in the summertime. It's always ready to go. So if we go to this, you can see a little message there. For optimum charging performance and shorter charging times, the temperature of the high voltage battery must be within a certain range during the charging process. You can go through it and read that. So basically, this, leaving this on, will shorten the amount of time that it takes your car to charge. So I do recommend leaving that on. So exit up there. The next thing that I want to show you within this screen is down below here. You can search, you can do route here. So if you wanted to find the charging station, parking spaces, alternative route, or previous destinations. Your range. Now in your range, this menu is showing you how to maximize your driving range. You can see that we can add 9 miles to our total range. 7 miles if we turn off or limit the climate control. We don't have any of our seat comfort functions on. Interior restrictions such as lighting, your ambient lighting that you can see. And your eco driving, there's nothing there because we're not really driving. So that will help you to maximize your range. So just remember that, or keep that in mind. We'll go back to our charging here, and let's go to consumption. Consumption, it tells you in the last 7.5 minutes, 30, 90, or 3 hours, what type of battery consumption you've been using and sort of how you've been driving. And then in settings, we can tell our vehicle different things like to reroute based on traffic, which is really good. You don't want to get caught in gridlock traffic. The car will reroute you. You can avoid highways, toll roads, carpool lanes, avoid areas. We don't have any ferries in Colorado, but you can avoid them. You can avoid unpaved roads and avoid tunnels. If you're claustrophobic in tunnels, I would go ahead and avoid those at all costs. Let's go back. So now we're back to our main home screen. The next thing I want to show you is this icon. Looks like a car or a vehicle. When I push that, it pulls down and gives me some quick favorites or functions. We have our electronic stability program we can turn on and off. This one is really cool. I don't really take my cars through automatic car washes, but if you do, if you touch this, activate it. So what the car is going to do is fold in the mirrors. It's going to close the windows and the roof. it's going to put the comfort vehicle opening on, turn Parktronic on, and it's going to turn off your rain, or turn Parktronic off, and it's going to turn off your rain sensor so that your wipers don't get caught in the brushes. So if we activate it, you'll see it kind of gives you a check mark once it's done doing everything. Now once you drive through that car wash, and as you can see, it does turn on the front camera by itself. So once you drive through there and you're done, we're going to push this again, and we're going to turn the car wash mode off, switch off. Puts everything back the way you had it. You can turn off your Parktronic, your active lane keep assist, active steering assist, auto lane change. We'll go over that at another time. That's a really cool feature. You can turn off your interior protection. I would leave that on. Lets you know if there's movement inside the car when you're not there. And you can turn off your tow-away alarm. This is maybe a function that you turn off, especially if you are having the car towed somewhere. That way the alarm is not continually going off. And then you can block trunk access, and this will let you just access all settings. This icon here. Let's go back to our main screen again. Then obviously this is universal hazard lights. This is a fingerprint scanner. Mercedes-Me is not set up, but if it were, that would be where you would save your profile. When you enter the vehicle, you touch that, and all of your profile settings are automatically pulled up, whether it be radio stations, seat positioning, climate control, everything the way that you set it. This would turn the system off. This is a mute button for the stereo. So we've unmuted it, and this is your volume.
$8,000 in rebates and tax credits. Don't forget.
We'll mute that again. So that's our bottom array of buttons. The next thing I'd like to show you is this row right above that is your climate control. So you have your temperature select, and you can see as we're changing the temperature, it does turn red if you look down near the floor area. Red as you're heating the car up, and then it goes blue when you're cooling it off. That's your back button, of course. Again, you have your max defrost, AC on or off, rear defrost. You can put everything in auto, so now the car will take over and decide how much air to blow out, where to put the air. The only thing that you would decide at this point is what temperature to put the vehicle on. This is your recirculating air. So if maybe you're behind a diesel truck or something smells outside, you can close the outside vents. That way you keep your air inside the car fresh. To the left and right, this is your fan speed. So we'll turn that off. This icon that says climate, if you touch it, you'll open up a full climate system. You can run the windshield on your face and the feet. You can run all those three different zones at the same time. So you get a really balanced heating or cooling effect from the climate system. That syncs the driver and passenger together. So now they're separate, but if I click that, it syncs together. And then Eco, when you put it on Eco, you can do Comfort Eco or Eco Plus. You're still allowing the car to heat or cool the interior, but it's not as rapidly as it would normally do it, and that way you are extending your driving range with your battery as well. So we'll exit out of here. So that's all the settings there. Let's go back. Now we're back on our home screen. When you're on the home screen, I'll just go to a couple of other things here. You can see your map icon. You have EQ settings here. You can just jump right to that menu that I showed you before. Where to? That will let you go to an area where you can put your destinations in. That is your profile, the little picture of the person. And the star to the right of that are your favorite screen or icons. So you can see some of the favorite things that you want to always access. You can add some there. This 3D button here, Lets you change the layout of the map. So we're now in 2D, north facing up at all times. My favorite is the 3D because the little car that you see here is always in the direction that we're traveling. So it's easier for me, at least, to follow the car. Our 0 layer, we have some items here. Trunk access. This will introduce you to 0 layer, kind of tell you what that's about. And you can connect the device and our stereo of what's playing there. These will change as you use the vehicle. You can move them away, you can add them. This is really nice because you don't have to go deep into the menu system to actually find your favorite items. And then, of course, you have the assistant. Hey, Mercedes.
Hello, I'm Mercedes, your voice assistant. Would you like to know more about what I can do for you?
No.
Okay, if you need help, let me know and I will explain what you can do.
Change the color. Hey, Mercedes, change the color to red.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
So as you can see, you can control your lighting. Hey, Mercedes, set the temperature to 72 degrees.
I'm setting the temperature to 72 degrees.
Hey, Mercedes, navigate to Mercedes-Benz of Denver.
I am starting route guidance to Mercedes-Benz of Denver, 940 South Colorado Boulevard, Glendale.
Hey, Mercedes, cancel route.
Stopping route guidance.
So as you see, you can control a lot of functionality with your voice. Touch screen. You do have controls on the steering wheel that you can use to control some of the items as well. I'll go over the screen in front of the driver or your driver display in an additional video, because you do have a lot of functionality on that screen as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.